All right. Hello, hello. We are live. So I'll wait a moment, let some people get in here, but I just wanted to show one of the ones that has dried. This is from the video that I posted yesterday. One of the ones from the video I posted yesterday. I'll show you a couple of those. But I just wanted to show how nice and bright it dried. So, but this was a swipe, and this was I did a compilation series with a couple of rainbow pours. And so this was one of them where I just laid down kind of some puddles and then just took a palette knife and swiped through it a little bit of black. And so we got kind of some lacing, but it dried real nice and bright. Hello, hello, Janice. How are you doing? How was your week? We're a little bit early today. I have an appointment at 3 o'clock. So I had to go live a little bit early so we can get our time in today. And so if you're wondering, that's why we're live at 1:30 today. So, oh, hello, Navala. How are you doing? Awesome. So happy you're able to make it. So yesterday I posted a video and it was a couple, I believe 6 different pours, Pride pours, rainbow pours to celebrate Pride Month. And so this was one of them, and I wanted to show how lovely, nice and bright it dried. And then I wanted to show a couple more. I'm really happy how this one turned out. So these are both 10 by 20 inch. All right, so good. Everybody's doing well, it looks like. Awesome. We're doing really well here. Temperature heat, but today we kind of have a reprieve, and it's a real nice, just perfect day today. But this was a multiple tree ring pour, 3 different cups. Kind of went with kind of the more cooler colors, and then kind of in between the greens and the yellows, and then the more warmer colors. And it was a multiple tree ring pour. And so, and there was no silicone in this one. There was silicone in that last one I show you, that swipe. No silicone in this. And so, yeah, I did 6 different pours on that last video. And then I just wanted to show you guys 2 more. Oh, thank you, thank you. This one is one I did not video. I actually did this one on my own and didn't do a video, but this one was done with blowing a, actually, can you hand me that one too? Because similar colors I did do a video on. So, but this has got that Arteza color shift. I am super happy with that Arteza color shift paint. I got the Galaxy set. And well, it's their iridescent set, but it somewhat has a color shift to it. But this one, what's really cool with this one, and I'll show you the next couple have the same colors, is this blue has like a shift of purple. So it's when you move it around, the camera just does not do it justice. But this was blown out with aquarium tubing. And then there's also the video with the similar same colors. That also has, that was done with aquarium tubing. You can kind of see more of the purple here in that one. But thank you guys. I was just loving these ones. That Arteza color shift just dries so beautiful. So these are all nice and dry, beautiful ones. One last one, and then we'll get on to the pours today. We're going to do a whole variety of different paint pours, a few different techniques. We're going to do kind of more of like a flop cup. We're going to do some swipes. We're going to stretch some swipes out. We're going to stretch some ribbon pours. This was one I did on the live stream last week. I'm not sure. You may remember this one. Yeah, it kind of looks like a dragon or a seahorse. Or aren't those sea dragons? It kind of looks like one of those sea dragons. But this one was done on the live stream last week. I laid a base down of this ocean green and this cobalt blue. And then I did ribbons through with a dirty cup, and it's got a couple of those color shift colors. So this purple popped up through here. We're going to do another one kind of the same technique here in a few. No, not the color shift. I don't have any of that mixed up, but really impressed with how these came out. I'm loving these. So, all right, let's get to a, we're going to just put some paint in a, kind of do like a flop cup. And then we're going to, I'm going to do, I've already got some leftover paints from that last video, that rainbow video. But yeah, those are some of my favorites that I've done recently, just a couple of the ones. So these colors in the cup do have silicone. They were added silicone from that video with those rainbow pours. So we're going to use the blues and the greens, put a little bit of turquoise. Oh, that needs a little bit more of a shake. I just mixed this one just before I went live. I mix all my paint with Floetrol, American Floetrol, US Floetrol. So let's see. I could tell that wasn't quite mixed up. All right, some turquoise. We're going to use this a little bit brighter. I do not need this. We'll just take that right on out of there. That was in there from when I mixed it. And you can let your popsicle sticks dry and then just use them again. So we're going to just kind of do somewhat of like a flop cup in here. Just kind of throwing the paint on. And I think I'll put a little bit of yellow. So just blues, greens, a little white, a little turquoise, a little bit of yellow. And a little bit of this cobalt. Oh, that doesn't want to. We're going to put a little bit of this cobalt blue hue. This is an 8 by 10 inch canvas. So, and we're just going to do a variety today of different things. All right. So we're just going to just throw it out. But all the ones, the three, the green and the darker blue and this blue were the ones that had silicone. I hope that's enough. We might throw down, I'm just going to throw down a little bit of green to kind of make sure we stretch that out enough. It's hard to tell in those bigger cups how much you have for a smaller, there we go. So, oh, thank you. That's what I hope to inspire people and just help people, because this art has done so much for me, just physically, mentally, being able to get, learn how to use my hand again after strokes, and eye-hand coordination, and just the whole art therapy to the whole thing that I hope to, it's been such a blessing for me. I hope to kind of share that with others. Trying not to stretch out these beautiful cells too much. We might need to add just a little more green. We'll see around the edges. I'll just give us some kind of negative space there anyways. Nice happy green. So I'm just going to each corner, then going kind of back to the center. And we'll just get a little bit of green, more green on there. Kind of using my hands to help it along. All right. Just a second, let me wipe my hands. We'll get a little bit more, fix up those edges. And this is just leftover paint from that video. And then I think we'll do some, I would like to do a pour with some purples and turquoise, and then kind of some tropical colors. We're just going to do a variety of different stuff today. Oh, thank you. All right, get all of our edges, make sure we get the pulled down. And we could also get out our little blower to make sure to pull this out, or we could also get out our aquarium tubing, a straw. But I'm just adding a little bit more green just to those edges, the corner, to make sure everything's covered. And then, yeah, I've been really loving the greens too with the summer, hotter weather. I've been getting out a little bit more of the greens and kind of even some of the tropical colors. Loving the pops of yellow in there also. I don't use enough yellow and green, and I've been trying to intentionally use more yellows and greens and even oranges, corally orange colors, and I've been enjoying it. I've been kind of trying to step out of my comfort zone a little bit. You get kind of comfortable doing too many colors, too many of the same similar colors. I like to try all kinds of different colors. But this is just a little 8x10. So, all right, thank you. We're going to go ahead and set this one aside, and then we're going to grab another 8x10. And see, I planned this all out ahead of time, and now I'm trying to remember. Okay, I think I'm going to try to stretch out a swipe is what I'm going to do here. So what we're going to do is we're going to put down some white here. Just kind of going to puddle white in the center. And then we're going to get a cupful, and no, we're going to do a stretched ribbon on the next one. Not going to do a cupful. We're going to just swipe through this, trying to use up this white, but we do have a cup of white we can grab. So here, I just love these little cheapo palette knives. Just make sure the whole center is covered with a nice little puddle. All right, so now what we're going to do, we're going to take some of this blue, and we're just going to kind of do a line through of the blue that has silicone. We're going to do some of this kind of plum color. And a little bit of black, but not too much of the black. And a little bit of this. This was Permanent Violet, Cheap Paints Permanent Violet, that I also added a little bit of white to it, just to lighten it up, mellow it out just a tiny bit. We're going to use just a little bit of this ocean green, and then we're going to swipe it and then kind of stretch that swipe out. All right. So I could probably swipe it with this palette knife. It would probably do, but I'm going to grab a little bit bigger one. I think it would look better with that. So usually at Michael's, at the Dollar Tree, you can get like a 3-pack or a 5-pack of these, so they come in different, and for different techniques, different looks, I use all the different sizes. So what we are going to do is we are going to go ahead and get a little bit more white just right here, so we swipe white up over the top. We're going to start on this side at this white. Oh, guys, thank you, thank you, thank you. Peeked at the chat real quick. So we get in a little bit more just white surface there. So now we got a big old one, so we can kind of swipe through there. We are just barely going over the surface of the paint. We're not going to dig down in there. We're letting just the weight of the thing, the palette knife. And then we're going to stretch this swipe kind of out. Okay, so now I got some on my, we're going to kind of swipe around a little bit more. All right, now we're going to stretch that out. And what I mean by stretching it out is just tilting it, and we'll pull it out and see what we can kind of end up with. We might blow it with the aquarium tubing a little bit. And what would be ideal right now is to kind of spin it a little bit, which I do have one, but I don't really have walls set up for it to kind of keep it from getting everywhere. But I am going to make kind of what I'm going to call kind of a paint arena type thing. I'm going to take pieces of foam core and cover them, and then make for a spot to spin with the cake spinner so that I don't make quite so much mess, kind of an arena to keep it all kind of contained in a way. So we are going to add some more white to the edges just to kind of fill up the whole thing, but we're just slowly stretching this out. So I think I am going to go ahead and grab this white and pull just a little bit of this white out to the edges a little bit. So, love these colors. Now, this is probably back here. I was just discussing my getting out of my comfort zone, doing a little bit more of the warmer colors, the oranges, and also the greens and stuff. And then I went right back to these are kind of my favorite colors, here back at the comfort zone colors. But the next couple ones we're going to do are a little bit more tropical colors. We're going to do one with some greens and some oranges and some coral colors. But been really enjoying doing these stretched out swipes. They're super fun. Just making sure the whole surface, and then we will just kind of tilt it just a little bit more, but not too much. So I do have an appointment at 3 o'clock, so that's why we went live a little bit early today. And then next week, I have an appointment the next 2 Wednesdays, actually. So we're going to take a little bit of a summer break from live streams. So we will not be, I was going to look at what is the date, Mike, in July? So the next 2, we're not going to be live. So 3 weeks from today, we will be back live. I'm not sure I was going to look that up. Okay, so we will be live again on the 14th, and I'll schedule a live so it'll be on my channel scheduled. But we will not be live next week, and we will not be live the following week. We're going to take a little bit of a little summer break here. So, yes. The kiddie pool or a puppy pool does work great. Now, I did see, I don't remember whose channel, somebody was using a fold-up puppy pool. So I've got my aquarium tubing, very little bit. I'm going to blow right about here, a little bit here, and a little, but that's it. I'm not going to blow too much because I like kind of the wispy, bigger cells we got right there. All right. Loving how that kind of pops there on that white. So yeah, I was seeing that somebody was making they were doing like a fold-up kiddie pool. And I did get on Amazon and I saw that they do sell those fold-up kiddie pools, which would be just great. But I already have a whole bunch of foam core, and I have like a shower curtain from the Dollar Tree that I'm gonna then wrap the pieces of foam core in. So I think I'll just make a video out of it and make up my own and see how that works. And I mean, if it doesn't hold up, I might go ahead and invest in one of those fold-up puppy pools. But if this works, if I'm able to do it for just a few bucks and some items I already have, I'm going to really try to do that and make a video out of it too. But we'll see how it holds up and everything. So, all right, now we are going to do a 14 by 14. So those last 2 were the 8 by 10s. We're going to do a 14 by 14. And we're going to do this one like a stretched ribbon on a black background. And we're just using, we just got yogurt cups that we got upside down. That's all I use. And so we're going to get down a bunch of black that we're going to then pour ribbons of paint through. And then we're going to stretch those ribbons of paint out, just kind of like we just stretched that swipe out, but we're going to stretch ribbons out. And we did one like this last week as well. So getting a bunch of black down. I think I will go ahead because we just need to use up this already mixed up paint. It's a nice darker blue. We're going to do a little bit of that blue in there too. And then we'll do a cup, like a dirty cup of paint. All right. Just using up that paint already. So now we're going to do like, oh my gosh. You're trying to make me cry again, aren't you? That, I appreciate that so, so much. And that is the biggest super chat I have ever gotten. That is huge. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is like so, so appreciated. Because every single thing I get, I put right back into this channel. So, oh, it's so appreciated. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. So we've got a little bit of black. We've got a little bit of ultramarine blue. This is Nicole's Margarita, Nicole brand. Whew, thank you. Oh, you are amazing. You are very, 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 very nice of you. So that must be clogged a little. We're going to go ahead and just open that up and get some of that out. So that's a real nice mellow. It's margarita, real nice. We're just reusing a cup, by the way. Oh, thank you. We truly appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. Wow, wow, wow. So we will be put every little bit right back into the channel. So thank you. We're just going to get that turquoise. It wasn't wanting to come out for some reason, pouring it out. So I just took the lid off and poured it in there. So what we're getting is some purples, some green, some turquoise, and we're going to just pour ribbons through. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my gosh. So we're getting a little bit, this is so that was I believe it is lavender sachet. Oh, I can't remember honestly. This is Folk Arts Bluegrass Green. So we got plenty of paint in there now. Let me go ahead and get some elbow room here. Now what we're going to look at this, the blue did have silicone. Look at all them cells just by themselves already. So we're going to try to just do some ribbons through here. And then we'll stretch those all out, pulling the cells out. And then they'll kind of like pop on that black background. So that's plenty of paint there. I'm going to wipe my hands real quick. Make some elbow room. This is a 14 by 14 inch canvas, so a little bit bigger. And so we're going to do this 14 by 14 inch. We're going to do a few different techniques on it. I am going to swipe just a tiny little bit of these. And then I am going to actually do a little bit of blowing with the aquarium tubing. I'm going to go ahead and just turn that here. We might have to get a little bit more black down, but that's okay. Kind of just help it a little bit on these edges. Spread that black about. All right. And then we're going to get in here and swipe just a tiny bit, some strategic with the smaller palette knife. And honestly, this is a great way to just use up some paint you already have mixed up. Thank you. Kind of a little bit mermaid colors, really kind of pops on that black. And then I already had that blue mixed up, so I just kind of grabbed it on, just kind of wasn't even thinking about it. It's like, oh, I'll just use up this blue too. And I really like that. It looks nice. We will stretch it just a tiny bit more to bring it a little bit closer to this edge, but just giving it a little something to gravity to pull it. And then we're going to get our smaller palette knife kind of involved here. And then I have a 3-piece set I will be working on next. I have 3 of these 4 by 12 inch gallery wrapped canvases that I'm going to do a little bit. So we've got our swipe tool. We're going to come in here and just kind of pull some of this black down through here. Just kind of looking at it a little, deciding how I want to go about this. We have a tiny bit left in the cup here. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just get a little bit more here on this edge, a couple of places, and then we'll blow it out just a tiny bit. That brings out that that margarita color kind of was only at the bottom of the cup there and didn't really even get on there. Then I have, where did I set it? Aquarium tubing. I'm like, where did it go? I have this aquarium tubing here. We'll do a little bit more swipities. I just love swiping. Hey, let's push this back into the frame just a tiny bit. I'm looking at that. All right there. Oh, thank you. Thank you. The Whimsy Swipe is so fun. It's so just, I like the variety you get. This isn't, I mean, not really a Whimsy Swipe. The Whimsy Swipe can be really either like the last video that at the beginning of this video I showed. That is a great Whimsy Swipe with the puddles there. But these with the palette knife, they're so lightweight. That's why I like these plastic ones. So you're just using the weight of it. So, I mean, you just kind of let it glide across the surface. And so these kind of help you with having, you know, more of a gentler touch. The more with the metal palette knife with the like wood handles and stuff, they got such a heaviness to them. You can make those work. You have to kind of finesse those a little bit more. But something like this just has the perfect weight to it. Just real nice lightweight. Yes, a couple of them. The colors that have silicone was a turquoise. The purple that came out of the cup has silicone, but the lighter lavender sachet, the margarita, those do not have silicone. So a few did, a few didn't. I'm trying to decide if I really want to, I may just leave it. I'm not sure. I kind of want to do something right about here, but I'm not sure what. Here, we're going to go ahead and blow it a little bit. I grabbed the aquarium tubing. I had it right here. Sometimes it just rolls kind of up like this. So I put it around my neck a lot of times, and I forget I've even put on this kind of this necklace of sorts. And then I even stopped painting and walked away from the studio, and I realized, oh crap, I've got my aquarium tubing around my neck still. But here just a second ago, that's where I had put it. But I feel silly sometimes, like the Whimsy Swipe. I'm not sure, like I'm sure there's other names for it. It's kind of silly because a lot of the things have so many, like just a slight variation, and it could be a whole different technique. So I mean, it just I don't like to like I should have named it something other than something close to my name, and then I wouldn't feel so silly. My channel name, I wouldn't feel so silly saying it. But yeah, Whimsy Swipe is a great swipe. There's so many different every different technique. You can just vary it, just the slightest little variation, and it creates just different looks and different. But and then also, as you pour with the silicone, it will kind of change. And as we've talked, it kind of more cells are popping up and stuff. So I kind of just watch it as we talk, and I'm like, I think I might just leave it at this point. I'm not real sure. So, all right, now we're going to get this one kind of out of the way. This black is such a mess. I should have done the black last. But next we're going to do kind of a lighter, more three-piece with 3 different canvases with some lighter tropical colors. This would have looked great with some of that Arteza color shift. I may have to repeat these same colors, but add maybe some of the blue and purple color shifts. Oh, that would have looked nice, but I didn't happen to have any mixed up this time. But loving the variety of different types of cells, kind of some of the smaller cells, kind of some of the lacing across the top. So there we go. Get that one out of the way. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to do 3-piece 4x12 canvas. So let me get those moved into the spot. All right, so we have just going to put them here on the backs of the yogurt cups. And these are those, they come in a 3-pack from Michael's 4x12 the real deep canvases. Oh, some pretty little drips there. And I need 2 more of those. Where did I? All right. And then this will be the last for today. And then we'll be off for 2 weeks, and then we'll be back to our normal schedule. So for this one, I'm going to go ahead and put down a background of this ocean. It's a Master's Touch Ocean Green. We're also going to put some white, and we're also going to put some real light blue cotton, Apple Barrels blue cotton. I'm just going to spread this around with my palette knife, kind of just mixing it on the canvas. It's going to be the background. We need enough paint to go onto the sides. These got the real deep sides. All right. But yeah, I love all different techniques. I don't know. I kind of get stuck on one for a little while, and then I work with another one. But I tend to always go back to the swipes, kind of the dirty pours, some of those. So we're literally just mixing this kind of on the canvas. It's just going to be the background, not getting it perfectly Making sure we're getting it to go kind of down over the edge a little bit. And then before these dry, right when you pour them, because I've got them right up against each other, you want to pull them apart and make sure these inner sides get some too. You don't want to let them dry stuck together like this, because then you will have a hard time getting them apart. And you want to get those other sides as well. So that ocean green has some silicone, so you're seeing a little bit of cells, and this will kind of get covered up some of it. This is just the background. We're going to get some corally pink colors and in a cup and kind of stretch a ribbon, pour a little bit out, making sure to kind of get it to get down there, helping it along. Got to get plenty of paint on the canvas for that little bit, those edges. All right, going to grab a cup and I'm going to get a little bit of this. It's like a more of an orangey colored coral color. I believe it's Craft Smart Coral. Then this is a coral color that I kind of mixed up with a pink and a coral all together. Then we got that margarita color again. It's kind of a tropical vibe to this one. We're going to grab some Key West from Apple Barrel. And I'm looking around to see if we have any more tropical ones. We kind of need a little bit more of this pink in there. Oh, drippy drips, but that's okay. And then we're just going to stretch this out. But this will be kind of a 3-piece set, which is a triptych. And then this will be our last one for today. So we can get ready, appointment at 3 o'clock. So that's coming up quick. 3 o'clock here on the West Coast, of course. All right, we're going to kind of do the same thing across all 3 canvases and then kind of stretch it out. I kind of go ahead and squeeze my plastic cup to let it kind of stream out a little bit smaller of stream. And then we'll stretch those out a little bit. All right, and so now is the time, a good time to go ahead and separate them almost. Lets it kind of slide down in the middle a little bit. The turquoise had silicone. I believe that was it. So we got just a few small cells. We'll give it a little torch and see if any more pop up, but we may just have a little bit of small little cells there, which is all right. And some people don't even like the cells. I go back and forth. It just depends. Sometimes I really like the look with cells. It just, certain paintings, certain colors look better with cells, some don't. So, all right. Doesn't want to. Tipping it a little bit off that edge to get that edge. Nice tropical feel to that one. So give it, and this is just a creme brulee torch. And we're just going to kind of, not going to burn the paint. We're just kind of up above it. And it really isn't going to do too much on this one. I find that when I use the Apple Barrel pouring medium, the torch really activates the cells. Then I'm only using Floetrol today, so it doesn't really do too much. I've only got a little bit of silicone in this one. So when I torch it, it doesn't really do, it pops a few bubbles. It brought out a few little cells, but when I use the apple barrel pouring medium and then torch it afterwards, it really does make a big difference. Quite a few, like cell explosion at that point. So yes, yes, lazy day colors. It's lovely. I like it just kind of, the background has its own cells and kind of just a mellow look, and then kind of that pops the color. And with this, the two like corally pink colors, they are going to dry pretty much true to color. These two dry about that brightness. So sometimes you got to experiment with your colors and see. Some brands unfortunately dry completely a different color than what it is wet, but this is going to dry. I'll try to show it the next live stream if I can, in 3 weeks. And so I'll show how it dries and everything to show you all. But I was watching this one as we were doing too. I'm going to give you kind of a look at that. It's kind of spread out even a little bit more. I'm loving this one. This is my favorite of the day that we did today. But nice variety of colors today, variety of even the background colors and techniques, plus actual techniques done on top. So that's what I like to see, is nice variety. Yeah, it did. It kind of grew quite a bit, but I like sometimes pores will grow and not in the places you want it to grow, and it might even grow right off the canvas. But thankfully, I'm really liking how that one is kind of just spread out, and it's done well. It's spread out right in just the right spots. So that one looks lovely so far. So I can't wait to see how these all dry, and I will try to share with you how they dry on the next live stream, or possibly even in a community post. I'll take some pictures once they're dry. And that does take, well, it's going to be real hot here, so it might take a lot less time. It might dry pretty quickly, but usually takes a couple weeks for ours to dry here in the Northwood during the summer months, a couple weeks, closer to 3 to 4 weeks in the winter months here. So yeah. Americana melon dries like barf. Oh no. And a lot of times it'll be kind of hit and miss. You just kind of gotta test it out. This one was folk arts coral, and then this one is a little bit of that folk art coral mixed with some of the magenta cheek paint. So it's mostly the folk art coral with just a tad bit of that magenta color. And then one that I've been super impressed with, I should have grabbed, would have been a great addition to this one, is it's more of a pink color, but Apple Barrel's Diva Pink. Oh my God, that dries so nice and bright, especially on like a more of a neon pour or a black background. That Diva Pink, and especially for a cheaper paint like Apple Barrel and stuff, I was really impressed with how bright that pink dries. And it's a real neon pink color, but it dries really bright. Yeah, Mike says he does not do hot weather. It's going to be record temperatures. Our record all-time ever temperature here high is 106. That is the record high, and we're supposed to be 110. So, oh my gosh, it's going to be so hot this weekend. But we're going to get like sandwich supplies and some like sub rolls, and do like our own homemade sub sandwiches and wraps and things like that. I am not cooking in this heat. I might do some pasta salads up like today ahead of time. So yeah, it's supposed to be this weekend, our real hot weather. So oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm loving these corals. And I like to play with a couple of different shades. Like they kind of help each other out. I have a couple of different shades of blue, a couple of different shades of kind of the turquoise and greeny color, and a couple of different shades of the coral. And they kind of helped each other out. So, yeah, we are in Washington State. So we're right near Portland, Oregon, just over the in Washington, but near Portland, Oregon. So it does not get this hot here. So it is going to be so hot. I'm not looking forward to it. But we're trying to, kind of prepare ahead of time and kind of hydrate up as much as we can and get some good hydration drinks and some coconut water and popsicles. And I'm not going to cook. We're going to just do Subway sandwiches with all the veggies and all the whatever we can all just make it, customize it ourselves. And I think that'll be kind of fun. So, oh yeah, Mike was going to grill some chicken too. But I think we'll be good with sandwiches. We'll just make it work. So, yeah, the heat is no fun. So, but yeah, and I've noticed here as we've talked, there's been little tiny cells kind of popping up through. And that is because that one turquoise does have a little bit of silicone. So it's just kind of making its way up to the surface. And that's just the breaking through the surface tension of each of the colors of the paint. And we get little cells popping up through. So, all right, guys, this is the last one. I do have an appointment coming up in just 45 minutes. So we got to get ready for our appointment. But I really appreciate each and every one of you. You guys are all so awesome. And thank you so much for coming and hanging out. And oh, Janice, you made me cry again. Thank you so, so, so much. It is so appreciated. Hugely appreciated. You don't even know. I appreciate Mike and I we both really appreciate it. So thank you so much. And thank you to everybody that comes and hangs out and chats with us. You guys are all so, so awesome. I appreciate everyone, each and every one of you guys. So thank you for hanging out. This is the last live stream for 2 weeks. We'll be back in 3 weeks from today. But I hope you guys have an awesome 4th of July. Stay safe, and I'll be posting videos, and I'll be posting, in the community tab, and I'll still be around definitely. But I've got appointments the next 2 Wednesdays, so we're just gonna take a little bit of a summer break from the live streams, but I'll still be posting videos. So let me know if you have any sort of questions or anything like that. So awesome, you guys. Stay cool. Try to stay out of the heat as much as possible. So I know it's going to be a hot one everywhere. So, all right, guys. Have an awesome, awesome, awesome couple of weeks. Have an awesome 4th of July. And thank you so much. I appreciate you all. All right, guys. Be the change you want to see in the world.